folks, IB Sarah Rochelle, and welcome back to IB Playing Toki Tori. So in this one, we'll just go off with level 2 of the hard levels of the Forest Falls area. I forgot how much I like the design of this area and the in-between times. Okay, so where do I start? I start way down at the bottom. I could get that one. That guy's gonna be, Okay, well, we'll just... Like, there's no way. He's always gonna be there. So I could go all the way to the tip top. Go down, go over. I can't warp up from there, I don't think, so we're just... How? Also, I have a freeze gun, so I could freeze him, but not there, because that would be stupid to freeze him there. Ooh, also don't get hurt. What if I oh, that was not what I wanted. I want the freeze gun. I'm just trying to freeze him, like, here? Nope. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to freeze him right up over the ladder. Now, well, I don't need to go back down. Still don't have the freeze gun equipped. So, and I'm gonna try and continue talking over this instead of just waiting around for things to happen. That was not good. That was not great. Well, that spot wasn't bad for me to freeze him at. Let's just do that. Okay, cool. So I was having to edit this video for some reason or another, and they wanted it in both 4x3 and 60x9. And so when I named the video files, I'm like, oh, I'll name the 4x3 one full screen and the 16x9 one widescreen. And my thinking is when I was a kid, full screen was 4x3. Like, that's what TVs were. And it was when I was growing up, was when the TV started going into, what was it? The TV started going into widescreen modes, and, ooh, I can warp out. Ooh, well, so that's how I get that. Cool, good to know that's how I get that. So widescreen wasn't until, like, I was growing up, kinda, like, I was still a kid, cause that's obvious. But, oh, I can warp from here. Like, I don't know if that helps me at all. But it's just an FYI, I can warp from there. But, so, widescreen wasn't until, like, I was a little tyke. Well, I wasn't that little. I was old enough to pay attention to when we bought DVDs, we would buy them in full screen because all our TVs were full screen and all the new ones were widescreen. And so the problem with that is that now, like, we have some of the movies that we bought in that era where full screen and widescreen were two different things. And, like, widescreen was a new thing. Oh, I'm out of warps. How do I do that without using a warp there? I was so close! I was so close! Because the thing is I used a warp right there. Nope, and there's no way I could get over that. Huh. There's no way to get over that. I mean, I could warp down into it, but I don't think that would help me at all. So when I think of, like, full screen and widescreen, if you say those two words to me, full screen is 4x3 and widescreen is 16x9, because 16x9 was a new screen and they called it the widescreen because it was wider than the 4x3 because that's just how the TVs work. Well, then the widescreen became the general norm. The 16x9 all of a sudden became the norm for everything. So, like, oh, which means I can warp up here. Ha 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 ha. Except that's not useful at all. So, and that's what all our phones are technically wide screens. They're just rotated 90 degrees. And so I'm used to calling widescreen things meaning 16x9 and full screen things meaning 4x3, even though now 4x3 is I don't know what you would call it, but to me it is what you would call okay, here's my predicament. That's not useful. So sorry, I was thinking for a bit. So widescreen and full screen, they're just two words that as a child that meant very different things than what they mean now. Technically now they both mean like the same thing. And you know, that's not wrong. Not bad, it just means two different things to me than it does to other people. Okay, I solved it and I have literally no idea how I just solved it. Oh, I know how you solved it. Huh. No, I didn't solve it because I have to warp out of here and I'm... Yep, never mind, I didn't solve it. But I do know how to solve it because I just figured out how I solved it even though I didn't. You fall here, and you just fall onto this guy right here. And you go over this way, and then climb up the ladder. You don't need to warp onto the ladder. And that saves you the warp. Oops, except I just walked right out. And I didn't have the right power-up equipped that time. There we go. So, full screen and widescreen mean the same thing nowadays, technically. But not when I was a kid. And it's so weird to see that, because technology changed a lot as I was growing up. Like, tube TVs, like, that was what we had for the longest time. Like, our Lord of the Rings movies are in full screen because those movies came out onto DVD when DVD was being released on both versions, and we had a full screen TV. We had a 4x3 TV. That's what we had. That's what we planned on keeping for a while. And so we got full screen discs. We still have VHSs too of like all the Disney movies. A lot of the ones I watched as a kid, all VHSs. Mulan we have on VHS, and that's a fairly, if you look at it, it's recent enough. Like it was coming out in my childhood, but like technology changed a lot as I grew up. And that's it. How long was that? I have no idea, but I'll try level 3. We'll keep going with this. I know my thoughts weren't really cohesive in that one, because I was thinking, so I'm going to try and figure something else out to say. But I think I have to... No, I can warp out of that hole. Ha 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 ha. See? So if I go over here... do I need to place a bridge here? Doesn't matter if I place a bridge there? Nope. It does matter if I use a warp, though. So let me know down in the comments, are you one of those people that grew up with full screen as 4x3, or are you younger and the only full screen you know is a 16:9? Huh. Should I warp up? No, I should warp up right here. I have one bridge. I don't know what I'm using it for yet, but doink doink. 1, 2... Oh, you know what? Let's do it this way. Yeah. Oops, 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 oops. I messed that up. Yeah, so let me know down in the comments, like, what was something you remembered as a child, technology-wise, that's different now? And do you like it or not being so different now? Because it's a really interesting thing to see how much technology really has changed. Since oh, you can't do that. This one. And like how much technology has changed, and is there something that you miss as a kid that you wish would come back or not? Like trying to figure out what to do with all our DVDs is an interesting predicament. Let me tell you, because we have not DVDs, VHSs. Whew. DVDs are kind of getting phased out, which is kind of sad to say, but they are, and I can't help it. Look at you reading the blueprint. So here's my thinking. What does this do for me? Because now I can't even warp into there. I still need 3. So maybe... Is there any way for me to get that first? Ooh, that's what that happens. Huh. Maybe I restart and figure out what to go from there. But so like all our monitors now are like widescreen, except for the ones in the computer lab at my college. The one for the one of the engineering computer labs at my college, when I went there, like almost all of the monitors were 4x3, and which is not helpful at all if you're trying to work on a project, because you just did not have the range of vision you would have liked to have. Or what if I caught him there? I could end there if I put the bridge here instead. Nah, we're just gonna figure it out with this way. So here's 1 warp. 2, 3, 4. And then I have to figure out how to do that. So, oops, I messed that up again. I'm pretty sure you have to start with this egg down here, because otherwise it just will not work well, huh? My thinking is there's no way for me to fall down this and be able to get both of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But how do I get up there then? Like, there's no way for me to get up there unless if I warp up to that area. Maybe. Yeah. We'll just leave it as I have already got that bottom one. No, I can't even warp to there. See, like, I was thinking, oh, because... Oh, wait, you can warp up from here, though. Like, I don't know why you would warp there. Because you still need to warp up to that one. Do you? But do you really? I don't know at this point, yeah. So here's my thinking. Oops, let's start the warp correctly. There we go. These are laid out in such a specific way that I feel like you have to warp to them. And so I could do this, but then I'm stuck. And let's go this. And if I do this, all I have is this one. And there's no way for me to get back over there, because I used my bridge already. I wonder though. What if I didn't use my bridge? What if I warped up here and used my bridge here? Does that do anything for me? No, because I fall straight down. Okay, cool. So the answer was no. Except for the fact that if I do that, I could do this. Warp into this one. And now what happens with this guy? I'm going to follow this guy around. Because does he go all the way down to the bottom? Yeah, he does. And I'm once again stuck on this side. Ooh, I almost hurt myself there. There's no hope. Because I use like all my warps that way. Like I can't get these two at all. Like you have to warp into those. But I wonder... And there's no other way to get up this far without warping at least once. That makes me think... That was all the way back to the beginning. That was not necessarily what I meant to do. I'm just going to ignore that one in the bottom corner there. Because I know how I could get out of it. I just don't know how to get up. Because I was thinking... No, even with that one there... Here's my thought. Let's warp up here. And warp up here. Oh! And then place this bridge here. And what if I stood right here? I could make it across the gap. And I'd be able to get this one. He's still gonna go all the way down to the bottom. Oh, wait. And then I could go up. 2. Yeah, but I'm get stuck. Oh, look at Toki's where the egg was. That's funny. So I'm not quite sure what to do there. I'm I'm going to go try and figure this out, and this will be a point where I fast forward it, because we've already had enough talking about widescreen and full screen that was very disjointed, because I was very much thinking, and trying to talk and think at the same time creates a disjointed conversation. So, I'm going to go work on this. You'll just see this all fast forwarded, and when I figure out the solution, I'll come back and show you guys. But as I'm fast forwarding it, if you want to let me know down below in the comments, like as I was saying earlier, any technology that you miss, that you're glad has improved. There's a lot of stuff that I'm glad has improved, technology-wise. But if you've also noticed that it's kind of plateaued a little bit, let me know down in your comments your thoughts on the technology progression. As I fast forward, well, as I solve this, so you'll get a fast forwarded version. So I'll bring you back when it's ready. Yeah, I'll bring you back when a solution has appeared. See you then. Okay guys, I think I've actually figured it out. And see this one right that Toki Tori is facing on the very left? You get that one last. And the way you get that one last is by placing a bridge, your one bridge right there. Because you can warp up and get all these ones, which means starting at this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, don't do that. Never mind. Don't do what I just did. Because that one will trap the guy in here, because he'll fall down there and have to walk back and forth between there and not fall on that guy. I just have to very carefully time when I fall into that. Because this saves me the warp from up here, and I had forgotten that you could actually warp up through the bottom there. So that's how you do that and get all those up there and be left with just the one that you have to fall into the hole. And you just have to time this well. Which I cut it close, and I even waited. Yep, okay. See, and there we go. Look at 2 levels done in this one episode. And 4 will happen next time. I apologize for the very disjointed commentary in level 2. And so, that's, yeah, I'm just gonna say that now. I may come back and redo this episode. I probably won't. Because level 2, my brain was trying to think and talk, and that's why level 3, we had a discussion, and as I couldn't figure it out, I sat and let you discuss down in the comments what your thoughts are. Have a nice discussion with other people. And this game is very fun, actually. And I would like to just be playing it all the time. But if I did that, I wouldn't end up recording it all for you, because I'm not just going to record me staring at a computer screen saying nothing, because that doesn't make for good content at all. And that's what I kind of had been doing, so I'm trying to improve the talking abilities, improve me talking during these as I try and solve puzzles. And so that's it for episode 2 of the hard levels, being it's episode 20, I think, is what this is going to be. Look it, 2 is in there, just not quite in the right spot. So, I be Sarah Rochelle, I've been playing Toki Tori, and thanks for watching, peeps.